Beautiful. So we're now live on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Actually, are we on Twitter? I don't think we are. I don't think I can actually broadcast live to Twitch. Sorry, Twitter. There's so many T's, too many chickens. Anyway, so yes, we are live on social media. Looks like we are live on Edge Radio Australia. And we have the one, the only, Joel Jammal, Turning Point Australia. We've only got him for 20 minutes today. And why not? Yeah, let's just jump straight into it. First of all, quick introductions. We got Aaron, the Aaron Malloy over there. We
Hello.
have Ken joining us today for the second segment. And obviously above me for social media people, we've got Joel Jammal. I have to say, I love your lights in the background. We need to get some coloured lights, I think.
Oh, man. We can have a little party in here. Okay, let's go. Can we
Joel.
get a lava lamp?
How
Okay,
awesome is he?
let's go 70 style, right?
I'll give you 70 style.
All right, mate. Joel, great to see you on the show, mate. Appreciate you very much being part of tonight. Let's get into it. Let's talk about all the big issues. Let's go. Right.
Mm.
Absolutely. So true. I'm not comfy at all. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's more Big Brother, and we don't need it. We don't need any more of that. Okay, look, in 2001, we had Big Brother TV show. We thought, oh, this is all a bit fun. We're watching everybody. We know what's going on. We live it these days. We're living 1984. We've got every bureaucracy in our lives. They're watching us where we shop, where we what we do, everything we do. They're watching us in our own bedrooms, for God's sake, through our phones. Quite frankly, it's time we stepped up and took control of our lives and said, no, this digital stuff and knowing everything about us, it's over. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, privacy is very, very important. Just a little.
All right, we do have a bit of an issue for the live stream at the moment. For some reason, Joel is not coming through. I'm just going to fix that, switch to the microphone. So give us a moment on that one.
All right.
But keep going, Joel, because this is recorded. We will put it up again later.
Oh,
hell no.
Yeah. He is Mr. Big Brother himself. I know. Right.
Did we get fact checked?
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. And not at all. Well, I think it's time I think it's time we call bullshit here. Okay, the reality is it's not fact check; it's censorship. It's as simple as that. If you're only taking out one side of the argument, one side of the conversation, that's censorship. Okay, this has been tried and used many years ago. It's tried and proven. Censorship works. And ultimately, we live in a digital age now where we've got the internet, everybody's connected. This is the time again when we need to stand up against this. Stop calling it fact checking. It's not. If they're not actually checking the facts, what they're doing is literally just pure and simple censorship. And whether it's in a movie theatre in Berlin in 1933, or if it's in 2022 on the internet, censorship is censorship. It is control of the population. I think it's a big issue, and this digital identity, and you've got what's going on with China with the social credit system. This is something we can't just sit by and let this happen. We actually have to stand up for our rights. God,
yeah,
they do. Oh, look, I'm going to give credit to Anthony Albanese for something here. Okay, okay, we're all sitting down. That's important. But he has not banned me off his Facebook page. Now that's pretty amazing because I'm there every day saying hi, sharing my thoughts about what he's doing to this country and then the destruction he's going forward with. And he actually doesn't delete me. Now, on the flip side of that, take Mark McGowan here in Western Australia, a Labor leader here. Now this is before any of the COVID carry-on, all of that sort of thing. The first moment I stood up and said, hang on, what you're doing is not right, boom, instantly blocked, right? So Albanese, for all of his faults, and as I say, I can't believe I'm actually saying something nice, but at least he's showing some level of a bit of free speech. Now, if we allow things to keep going the way they are, we're going to lose that free speech. And then we just, as I say, we end up with this, socialist utopia, effectively,
That's right.
I to be honest with you, I just cannot stand either of the two.
Oh, look, they're both absolute idiots. And look, Albanese is absolutely incompetent. And I see the rubbish that's coming out of his mouth at the moment. We've got the issues, obviously, with the bills, with the, I can't even think of the wording, but basically the Aboriginal voices in Parliament, that sort of thing. Yes, there are Aboriginal
the
voices.
statement of the heart.
Oh, jeez.
Did you see Lydia Thornton's senator signing in today?
No, I didn't.
Oh. How the Governor General didn't step in and say, right, by-election for her seat, I have no idea. It was bad. She refused to recite the oath, and she kept putting in all her own words, and the whole time she was putting her fist up in a Black Panther salute.
Okay, so the Governor General has control of that, is that right?
The Governor General has the ability to say, no, we're going straight to a by-election.
Okay, so where are his balls?
He's probably got none.
I don't know.
He's probably got
who's got a hold of him? If you want to hear somebody who, we're going to talk about the Aboriginal issue there, let's be very, very straight. You want to hear common sense, you listen to Jacinta Price, right? Simple as that, all right? Someone who actually cares about the issues and isn't just trying to run the gravy train. Lydia Thorpe is, look, she is a hate merchant who is just making money out of the
let's be honest.
tyranny of her own people.
She was raised in...
She is.
Born and bred Carlton. In the city of Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes, I have. Yeah, I know who else Sharpton is. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Exactly right. Exactly.
So-
Now, Al Sharpton's been doing that for what, 25, 30 years at least. It's a long time.
You know, the worst one, just making money off deaths and things like that, is, did anyone here actually watch the Michael Jackson tribute show where his dad was pushing the sales of his new artist under his record label at Michael Jackson's funeral?
No, I didn't. See
Yeah, that puts it right up there with that.
I mean, that's got nothing to do with the race. That's just a poor quality human being.
Yeah, but the guy that's like trying to pocket off police shootings, especially in the African American communities, that's just literally cashing in on someone else's tragedy. That's shocking.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a pundit over there in the US at the moment, and her name is escaping me. I think she's with NBC.
Is that Joe Biden? The name escaping you? Just
No.
a random noise.
I've still got a couple of my little chips working, but no. I'm not shaking hands with the air at the moment. I'm okay. Oh, I cannot think of the name. Joy something or other. Anyway. No, oh God. And you know what? I knew you'd go there. Hasn't she been special on The View over the last couple of weeks? And same with Whoopi. No, I can't remember. Joy Reid, I think might be her name. Oh my word! Honestly, if I go down and I'm looking at the bananas in the shopping centre and go, oh, that one's got a few too many bruises on it. I don't want that one. She's going, it's a hate crime. It's all about race. Oh. Just anything can be about race, and it drives me batty. And I guess, look, I know I'm getting a little off the subject about digital currency and digital. Come on, I'm really having trouble with this today. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. With digital identity, what I'm saying is what's bothering me. This is identity politics, and why are we ripping each other apart? Why are we putting ourselves into groups? I'll tell you what, divide and conquer. That's what it's about.
Just also for the people online, yes, we know we can't hear Joel at this stage. We're in a new studio, so it looks like there's something that's not connecting properly, so we'll troubleshoot that one on the breaks. We'll find out what's going on. But it is being recorded locally, so we will put it up for a rebroadcast, edited out, and you'll be able to hear Joel in all his glory.
Oh, I appreciate
So give us about an hour or so, that'll be up live as well. But like I said, Joel will be heading off about 20 minutes past, and we'll have Ken in the studio with us, and you'll be able to hear him with the Lee Tong story, which is an absolute doozy. So we will be going there. But just going back to that digital identity bill, my biggest concern with this one, and we had the same concerns with the MyGov going online and all those other problems that had, and a lot of the software that they create for these things are actually pretty good. But where the problem lies, and where I find a lot of these incentives and programs fall over, is the people who actually manage the private information. We saw it with the Medicare, how quickly that got hacked once they started bringing things across. We've seen it time and time again on how many cybersecurity failures that the Australian government has. I just don't understand how anyone can even think of making this a mandatory thing until they actually fix up the storage side of the data.
I think it is time for us to lose the word mandatory, okay? I think that we have lost enough of our freedoms as it is, and it's time to stand up and stop this from happening. Why have we become so accustomed to it? Why have we been, why are we letting this come in to our everyday lives?
I'm still spun out that we got fact checked, to be honest with you.
I'm used to it. Oh, yeah, well, look, I know it from a personal standpoint, right? Yeah. Okay, I know from one day to the next, like if I want a stroke of a pen or a press of a button, I lost 80,000 people who were following me, right? 80,000. And I'm starting to build back up, which is good, so I must have been on the good boy list for a little while or whatever. But to lose 80,000, that's a massive amount of people. It's a big reach.
I think I know why. Because you haven't dressed up in drag in court for a while.
Do you know what? I've still got the dress. It can happen.
You have to bring it in one day. You have to, you know what? Why don't we just do celebrate the whatever, and we'll just all dress up and drag.
That's not
like
good.
To pull the piss. You can dress up in your court hearing outfit.
Oh, look, that one, back in the day when I actually did that, I was interviewed by the New York Times, okay? And I used to think, I felt like that was an accomplishment. Now I look at the New York Times. Thank you. There's so many vowels, I don't need any of them, right? New York Times, and what an absolute trash magazines that's become. Yeah, I don't feel so good about it anymore, but there you go.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So, I'm still angry.
Okay. Well, did you?
I'll get it 89.7, like getting fact checked on that show. That was hilarious. But on this one, like,
I know.
whatever.
I know.
Whatever.
Get used to it, man. You know what? I'm happy to hear that because, quite frankly, if we're being fact checked, that means that we're
a threat.
We are a threat. Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't like what we're saying because we're sharing the other side of the argument. And I always keep saying this, and I'm going to say it till I turn blue in the face. This is a place where you can hear all sides of the argument. Okay, we're not going to be right wing. We're not going to be left wing. We're going to not be in the centre. We're going to basically let everybody have their opportunity. That's the big thing here. That's the opportunity. And if that gets fact checked, well, so be it. I mean, there's a reason why shows like ours are outrating Q&A. Okay,
That's not hard.
I know. It's just and I need that.
Outranks Q&A.
I've got to have bigger goals in life.
So one thing I'd love to know, because Joel has gone through this before. He's been censorship to, oh my God. Anyway, so if someone else suffers, let's say this bill goes through, it gets put in, people can start monitoring absolutely everything you do. What sort of strategies can you think of that people can actually do to get around this? So obviously there's other platforms we can jump onto, like for us on the station, but what about the everyday general Australian? How can they get around this if it gets made law?
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But your local MP doesn't actually want to speak to you. That is also a problem.
Oh, we're covering that in the next segment as well.
Oh, cool.
Some stuff that happened to Ken, Uncle Kenny here.
Yeah.
It was insane. So we will be going with that one as well. But the easiest way to get through to your local MP, especially if you're talking about the minor parties, is just go direct to the HQ. I know Malcolm was instrumental for the cash man to get that one over. So Senator Roberts. Just if you ever need to talk to one of the I know One Nation senators because I was a former candidate.
Yeah.
If you need to get something through to the senators, you call the HQ, their main office, and then they'll tell you which senator is more responsible, more involved in what's going on. So I know the cash ban, Pauline wasn't really much involved in it, but Malcolm was like front and centre the whole way through.
Look, I knew that I had some issues about law and order when I went to our Attorney General, Christian Porter at the time. And it's amazing. Christian was just never available.
But his receptionist would have been, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And you know what? When funny enough, I tried and I was very polite and went through the process, all that, just never had the time, poor bugger. He must work so hard. But anyway, so I just showed up. He used to have, when he was a member, coffee with Christian. And when he'd meet with some older parts of people from the community, and basically go there and have his ego stroked for a couple of hours. So I just dropped in and had coffee with him. And it's interesting because in this particular case, a man who couldn't take my calls and couldn't actually physically see me or couldn't return an email, knew my name without me even having to speak.
Oh, gee, that's
just weird, isn't it? Lucky.
Amazing.
It's
sort of like Zach Kirkup when we ran into him at Hyde Park. And this is a direct quote, by the way. I'm not fucking going on your show.
Wow. Well, it's got to tell you something.
Yeah.
But my point is that they don't want to be accessible. And at the end of the day, they need to remember the word representative, okay? They represent us, right? And if they want to just, play a little hide and seek, right? Just be a pain in the ass. Keep showing up. Keep making those calls. Keep sending very friendly emails. Make sure they're friendly. It's always nice to be nice, Right?
And if you do send a package, don't do what the guy in Rockingham did. Do not put any talcum powder into a letter. It does not work.
No, that's just silly.
So
Yeah,
it's stupid. It actually causes a lot more harm than good. Like you may think it's funny for a couple of minutes until your door gets kicked in, but it actually really, really does hurt the movement.
It does.
Trying to get representation because it just gives them more ammunition to say, "Oh, you're just an extremist. I'm not talking to you."
Yeah.
So keep it be consistent, be on them every single time, but you're right on the thing saying you've got to be polite with it because. If you're polite, they can't nail you for anything.
That's right. That's
And
right.
it forces them to either ignore you or actually respond in kind.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Okay. Interesting.
It's kind of they're fact checking a sitting member of parliament.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. Wow. Yeah.
They're links.
Do you think that the Liberal Party had anything to do with that? Yeah. Okay. Look, of course it is. I mean, hey, foreign. I mean, let's face it. If they can take a president of the United States, right, off social media, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The leader of the free world, we've always, continued to say for however many years. If they can deplatform the head of the free world, nobody is safe, and that's why we have to resist this. Whatever we need to do, you need to hound your local member. You have to be heard. This cannot happen. We cannot become China.
Yep. Sweet.
Brilliant, mate. Thanks very much, mate. We will see you next week. Right now, we're going to go to a song.
Yes, we are.
It's radioaustralia.com.
Awesome. Legend, Joel. All right, we off air?
I don't think we are. I think the way you've got it set up, it's not.
No, what's happening is they can hear us, but Joel's not getting into the mic for the live YouTube stream.
No,
I think Joel's frozen.
When I go over there, I can actually hear you in the other studio, dude.
You can hear me.
Yep. I can hear you speaking out the music.